There are moments in life when everything feels like it's falling apart. The bills are due. The job feels uncertain. Relationships are strained. And your heart is heavy. You wake up and wonder if God still remembers your name. But hear this truth: God never forgets His children. What you call stress, He calls preparation. What you see as pressure, He sees as purpose. You may be standing in the middle of a storm, but you are not standing alone. Heaven is watching. Angels are surrounding you, and God is working behind the scenes to turn that chaos into a divine blessing. When you feel overwhelmed and burdened by stress, it's easy to believe that you've done something wrong, or that God has turned His face away from you. But in truth, what you are experiencing is not punishment. It is preparation. God uses the heat of stress to mold and shape you for the destiny He has already designed. When a potter works with clay, he applies pressure from every side, not to destroy the vessel, but to refine it. Likewise, God allows the weight of certain seasons to press against your life so that your character, faith, and endurance can be strengthened. The very moments that make you want to quit are often the ones that are forming your foundation for the next level of blessing that is coming. Stress becomes the training ground for spiritual authority. You cannot carry the mantle of greater responsibility without first learning how to stand firm in seasons of pressure. What you are enduring right now is evidence that God trusts you with growth. When a seed is buried underground, it feels the darkness, the isolation, the weight of the soil pressing down. But in that hidden place, something powerful is happening. It is developing roots. Your season of stress is your underground season where God is developing unseen strength within you. You may not see progress, but transformation is happening beneath the surface. God knows that to promote you, He must first prepare you. And preparation often comes wrapped in the disguise of stress, challenge, and waiting. It's in these moments that your prayer life deepens, your dependency on God increases, and your spiritual discernment sharpens. Many people want the blessing without the preparation, the harvest without the plowing, the glory without the groaning. But God's pattern has never changed. He prepares before He blesses. He allows your heart to be tested so that when the blessing comes, you can carry it with humility and strength. Every stressful situation you face is a classroom for growth. The pressure that feels unbearable today will one day make sense when you realize it was building endurance you needed for your purpose. God is not punishing you. He is positioning you. He is using the stress you feel to prepare you for the strength you will soon need to carry what He is about to release into your life. Pressure is one of God's greatest tools. God's greatest tools for growth. Though in the moment, it rarely feels that way. When life begins to squeeze you from all directions, finances, relationships, responsibilities, it can feel as though you are being crushed beyond repair. But pressure in God's hands is never wasted. It is His divine method of revealing what's inside you and bringing out your hidden potential. Just as gold must pass through fire to be purified, your faith must endure pressure to become strong and unshakable. Without resistance, there is no development. A diamond only becomes brilliant because it has survived immense pressure deep within the earth. Likewise, God allows seasons of strain not to break you, but to reveal the strength He has already placed within you. When God applies pressure, He is not punishing you, He is refining you. He wants to teach you how to depend on Him completely. Sometimes the Lord will close certain doors or remove certain supports to show you that your strength cannot come from human sources. The pressure forces you to kneel, to pray, and to draw closer to Him. It strips away pride, self-reliance, and fear. The moment you realize that you cannot do it on your own is the moment God begins to release His supernatural power through you. The pressure you are under is proof that God is working on something powerful within you. Every great story in Scripture involves pressure. Moses faced the pressure of leading a nation with no clear path ahead. David endured the pressure of being hunted while holding onto a promise that seemed delayed. Even Jesus, in the Garden of Gethsemane, felt the crushing weight of his mission, yet from that place of greatest pressure came the greatest victory. The same principle applies to you. The moments when you feel like you're about to collapse are often the very moments when heaven is preparing a breakthrough. God is stretching your faith, expanding your capacity, and teaching you to trust Him in ways you never have before. The pressure may be uncomfortable, but it is purposeful. It's shaping your heart, refining your spirit, and building the endurance needed for the blessings that are on the way. Every trial you face carries a divine purpose hidden within it. What seems like a setback is often a setup designed by God to elevate you. Life's difficulties may appear as detours, but in reality, they are the exact routes that lead you to your destiny. When God allows you to go through pain, rejection, or disappointment, He is not abandoning you. He is aligning you. Every tear, every closed door, every betrayal becomes part of a divine equation that will eventually work together for your good. The very situation that looked like it would destroy you is the one God will use to reveal His glory through you. Trials are not random, they are assignments. They come to prepare you for the weight of the blessing that's waiting on the other side. When Joseph was thrown into a pit by his brothers, it looked like his dream had died. Yet, without that betrayal, he would never have reached the palace. When Daniel was thrown into the lion's den, it appeared as though God had forsaken him, but that den became the place where his faith was proven and his promotion secured. God specializes in turning trials into testimonies. He uses adversity to draw out strength, wisdom, and courage that you didn't even know you possessed. Your current hardship is not meant to bury you. It's meant to reveal you. The fire you are walking through is refining you for leadership, for purpose, for victory. It's easy to trust God when life is smooth, but true faith is revealed when you're surrounded by storms and still choose to believe. The trial you are enduring is your spiritual training ground. God is testing your endurance, teaching you patience, and molding your heart to handle greater blessings. If He allowed you to skip the process. You wouldn't have the strength to sustain the promise. What you call a delay is actually divine development. God will never waste your pain. He will take every struggle, every sleepless night, every disappointment, and turn it into a platform for His glory. The very things that were meant to break you will one day become the evidence that He was always working behind the scenes, preparing you for the moment when your testimony would inspire. God has a way of taking what was meant to harm you and transforming it into something blesses you beyond messes you, beyond imagination. Blesses you beyond imagination. The stress, the confusion, the endless waiting, all of it has a divine purpose that you may not see yet. When you are overwhelmed, it is easy to believe that God has forgotten you, but in truth, He is rearranging everything in your favor. The same stress that has been draining your energy is being repurposed by God to new strength, new opportunities, and new favor. When your plans fall apart, it often means God's greater plan is falling into place. He specializes in divine reversals, turning pain into peace, worry into wisdom, and pressure into purpose. The very burden you have been praying to be lifted might be the vehicle through which God brings your next breakthrough. There are seasons where God allows you to walk through stress so that you can discover His power at a deeper level. When you feel weak, He becomes your strength. When you feel empty, He becomes your source. Sometimes He lets the pressure rise so that you stop relying on what's familiar and start depending completely on Him. Stress is not just an emotional weight. It's a divine signal that something in your spirit is expanding. The discomfort you feel is the stretching required to receive a greater blessing. Blessing is saying, just as a woman endures pain before giving birth, your stress is a sign that something beautiful is about to be delivered in your life. You may not understand how God will turn things around, but that's where faith steps in. He can take the very things that caused your sleepless nights and transform them to testimonies that make you lift your hands in worship. The same situation that once filled you with fear will soon fill you with gratitude. with gratitude. What you're going through is not the end. It's a transition. God is rewriting your story, and the pages filled with stress are becoming the chapters of your victory. So, don't give up and don't panic. God is about to take the stress that once overwhelmed you and turn it into a blessing that will overflow in every area of your life. Your tears are about to be transformed into triumph.